My new glasses,
I was like, you don't have your glasses
No,
on.
that's what you do when it gets this
Yeah.
cold.
You just see blurred.
no, really, since it's done, everything's pretty crisp. It just, it's a little fuzzy in the distance. I have to have glasses to read anything up close. Carolyn? So.
That's not.
Walked in this afternoon and that's already what
Oh, there it
happened.
goes, never mind.
Martin, what?
$6 by the big clock. We'll go ahead and get started. I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second. Got a motion to approve the minutes. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Lori, what do you got for us?
I have December financial report, so what's the balance? 2025 is in the past and we are now working in 2026.
Did anybody have any questions about that? You should have had a chance to,
I just sent it
Review
out
it.
yesterday because
Mhm.
I was wrong, but
you know, keep bringing that up.
keep rubbing it in.
Yeah.
Move to
We
approve.
decided that she flew back faster than the warm weather was coming. So it's 2 months behind her, but it'll surely be here.
Something to look forward to.
I'll entertain a motion to,
I move to approve the bank reconciliation report.
Second.
You got a motion and a second to approve the December bank reconciliation report. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
I also put up something in front of everyone about the septic. It's the rate that we charge for people to dispose of grease, organic waste, dog waste, septic waste, dump. We had wanted to raise the rates per gallon, and what got advertised was incorrect. Has since been corrected, and we will have public hearing at your next meeting. So look through that so we can pass that on through pretty easily next time. I don't think I have anything else. The girls did a great job while I was gone, keeping up on things. I had a little bit of stress today catching up, but
Yeah.
overall it was fine, just the way it is. Did a good job.
Well, in order to protect you from further stress, we will allow you to have any more vacation
And so next time I go.
time. If during the course of your perusing through this ordinance, you see anything, please give us a call before the next meeting. So that, if there's anything, we can discover what that, problem is, and we may have to, put it on hold again until another time if it's something that, is major. Okay. Anybody have anything for Lori? Water department, Mark, what have you got? You got anything for us today?
We're just in damage control mode, so everybody that freezes up right now, or we had a leak on East Spring that was pain. That was fine, it wouldn't come to the surface, they had no pressure, so being a triplex, we tried to figure out what was going on. It had multiple leaks and it was clogged, so we ended up replacing half the line when it got warm for that 4-day stretch or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Pretty.
yeah, other than that, we did finish Council on Aging's water line, so they're hooked up now, and just got some maintenance done on our wells and high service pumps. It's the first time since we've had our building complete, so it was kind of overdue by probably a year, but everything's good. Things operating how it should. And we got our high service pumps pulled at the old treatment plant, so trying to think how to explain it. There's the little building and the bigger building, and then there's like an ugly structure behind all of it that sticks up past everything. We had 2 pumps in there that we had to get pulled with a crane. And so the company that did the maintenance on our wells pulled those the same day. So now we can start demoing that portion of it once we get the electric disconnected from it. So that'll be the next step there.
And that still gives us the ability to
Yep, as soon as we get the
put
electric
the
done,
hydrant in.
we are gonna replumb the well itself right out of the front of the building and just eliminate all underground plumbing. So once we get the electric where we want it, he's supposed to be getting with me anytime now to start that. So it'll be fun once we get that, and then we can get all the other equipment cleared out of that building too and have a little more storage.
Okay.
So.
Anybody have anything for Mark?
Keep up the good work.
Yeah, Bird. Yeah, gonna be really warm tomorrow. And then after that, it's gonna be really cold again. No, it's supposed to get up 30.
Oh, really?
Well,
And then
Snow.
Then really cold, yeah.
Yeah, and then really cold again. So,
Main break season. So.
yeah, but that snow act as an insulator and keep it from going so deep. Yeah. Heard that before.
It's
that
random.
way.
There's no rhyme. You're not paying attention.
Nothing for Mark? All right, thank you, Mark. Have a good evening. Sue, what do you got for us today?
Really don't have anything other than the report unless anybody has anything for me.
The only thing that I want to talk about real quick and get the board's reaction to it is that with Diane gone, Sue doesn't have a spokesperson. I think we should appoint Edna as an interim intermediary for Sue to have somebody to come to and talk to. Does anybody have any problem with that? Because it looks like Diane's not coming back until the end of April now is the last that we've heard, so.
I'm glad to say,
I'm okay with it.
I would. We need a motion. for that?
Yeah, we probably should.
I'd move that request, move for Edna to interim the wastewater department liaison.
We got a motion and a second, put Edna in as an interim liaison for wastewater treatment. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. There you go. Well, I'll give you somebody to come and talk to if you have any problems, if you don't want to talk to anybody else. But we're all available. It's, we cover everything, so just so you know.
She got everybody's favorite.
Okay.
Said she got everybody's favorite.
Yeah. Street department.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Doing good, John. How about you?
Doing good, just trying to stay warm.
Yeah.
Really don't have a whole lot to go over besides my report.
Yeah. Well, you guys have done a fantastic job again with all this cold weather and snow and freezing rain and sleet and everything else that's been hitting us here lately. So, that's-
John, do you have a lot of extra salt laying around?
No, not a lot of extra.
The corner of Hall Patch and Church Street, it looks like somebody spun out and ended in somebody's yard. I almost lost it there this morning, but
Well, we treated the roads because we just can't get people to slow down. But we
Really?
did treat the roads this afternoon, and it was all melting.
okay.
So I don't know
Okay.
what it looks like. I'll take a look at it in the morning.
It's no big deal. I just thought if you had extra salt.
Probably so. We're supposed to get 3 inches tonight.
So
We'll see.
you said that was Hall Patch and Church.
Hall Patch and Church, yeah.
All right, we'll take a look at it in the morning.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Anybody have anything else for John? All right. Thanks, John. Have a good night. Get some sleep so you're ready and hit it tomorrow.
All right.
Good
Night.
night. Cemetery.
Lots of fruits.
Yeah, it's lots of funerals,
Oh.
sinking graves. I noticed that just about every report now she's filling in sinking graves. So, and they may have been doing it before. It's just now that they're
Yeah.
logging it. So,
Well, I think as they get into the new section, more and more of the sand, and that sand just settles. I mean, they don't put the sand necessarily back in. We try to use something else, but we still have the sand underneath, so they tend to settle.
see, and I would have thought it would have been over in the old section where they didn't have vaults. So,
No, I mean, I think part of what she's fixing is when they, when it's a traditional burial and then they backfill and you somewhat
sure.
try to keep
Mount
it,
that up
and
a
then
little
it-
bit when
and-
it's settled.
And, with a little bit of time, then everything starts to settle down, and then they have to go back and touch them up.
Anybody have any other comments or anything for cemetery? Parks?
None of the parts.
Rich, you got anything?
Only thing I have, I sent you, try to get a vehicle order. Sent in my notes, I have 3 quotes there. One from Kelly Automotive Group, the other one was from Statewide Emergency Vehicles, and then Shepherd's. Kelly obviously was the cheapest at $54,557, although they're all pretty close.
Pretty close.
Kelly's the biggest seller on the police vehicles, so that's probably why. So they're gonna order all their police vehicles for the year on the 23rd, so that's why they're trying to get this done. They
Oh,
think
yeah.
build date will be May. But it's a throw up the, you know, hey, we know that's what we're being told, but it could be later, it could be earlier, they don't know. So,
And you got funds available for that.
You put
yeah,
that
it's
in
put in, it was
every
put in the
year.
budget and yeah.
Mhm. Well, I make a motion that we, have Rich order from the Kelly Automotive Group for $54,557.
Second.
We got a motion and a second for a 2026 police pursuit Tahoe from Kelly Automotive for $54,557. Less any vehicle lighting or anything like that.
Yeah, we will work on that later.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Right?
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
That's all I have for the night.
Anybody have anything else for Rich?
You guys been extremely busy with crashes and stuff,
It
or?
crashes every time there's snow,
Yeah.
you know, people can't slow down,
Mhm.
so, yes. There's been quite a few crashes. So, yes. You would think by now they would learn how to drive on this slick roads, but they don't, so. Even when they're clear roads, you still see them.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Last night I was going out to my daughter's and there was a little black car coming towards me. It had to be running 60 mile an hour on that snow covered road with drifts.
I had one coming home,
I just,
personal
what
vehicle,
the
at
heck?
Old 9 and 400 North right there by your daughter's. I'm stopped in this car, was at least 60.
Oh,
And when they
yeah.
realized, oh, there's a stop, I'm like, oh, I wish I'd have been in my police car at that,
Yeah.
Mhm.
because he was cruising.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, the roads are covered out there. Like,
Smoking up and down that road all the time.
so, no, they're driving.
And when they crash, it's poor me, poor me.
Yes, correct.
But anyhow, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, slowing
And
down.
we've-
is, best.
We've had like complaints in town of different places. We've been doing a lot more, and we're documenting. There's been some stops, but it's, when we're sitting there, it's, they see us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just tough.
Yeah.
And so we've been, making our presence in these couple places where it's been really bad and, there's been some stops, but not the ones that were wanting, so.
I got one today that said that we need to salt out in front of the hospital at the stop sign there heavier because they were driving through there and their anti-lock brakes were hitting it. And I explained to him, I said, you can't go 30 mile an hour down through there, wait 10 feet before the stop sign and then try to mash on it when the road is covered in ice and snow,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yes.
So.
I slid through it this morning.
The street department does a good job, but they can't do miracles, so.
Yeah.
Does work.
Yes.
No,
No, salt does no good right now.
anything below 15 degrees.
I
And-
can't tell you how fast I was going, because I really don't remember, but I did put on the brakes and right through it. Oh, no.
Lori does not drive fast.
Okay,
Good girl.
anybody have anything for Rich?
Thank
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah. Tell everybody we should stay safe.
We will.
Fire chief, did we have a report
did.
from that?
Yeah,
That's like a numbers thing.
They had sent December run
They had a higher sermon.
sent out to
call.
everybody.
Yeah. He remembers. There it is. We had a total of 42 runs. Mondays and Thursdays were bad this month, or last month. And actually quite a few fires, I'm surprised.
Basically.
Grain bin, might have been a heater. Anybody have anything for them?
Mm-mm.
Mark, you got anything for us that we haven't talked about?
Yeah, I think the report does most of it, just a couple little things I'd like to touch on. Like I said, and it was in Sue's report, but, that whole deal with the sewer in Five Creek. That was excellent, the way that was handled, and we brought item in, and that could have been a
Man,
real mess, and it turned out to be not a real mess, so kudos to her on how she
Absolutely.
handled that. Worked out really well. Other than that, that I didn't have on here that I did get, today, I did get an email from Amy Arnold at Noble County Disposal, and they're already looking to lock in
Oh, yeah.
their dates for like town cleanup like we've done in the years past. I'm not sure when we want to do that. My opinion would be a little bit, I mean, I think early is better. I mean, if it were me, I would shoot for like last week of April, one of the first Saturdays or two in May, so that you get stuff cleaned up before people really get out and try and start mowing in their
yeah, didn't we do that in May last year?
We did. I think because we did it the week, like right after we did the garage sale weekend. So a lot of people are gonna dump that way. And so I don't want to go too early with it, because I feel like,
And I think
If they
they'll
wanna have a
whatever-
garage sale, they can get rid of
Right.
stuff after the fact.
so it was almost like they thought we were doing it too early last year. I hear what you're saying about putting stuff on a lawn, letting it sit when it's mowing season too, but, Memorial Day is the 25th, so we don't really want to do that weekend.
They probably don't want to do that. I mean. And it'll be a Saturday, so if you just need, that's not. the way to
Well,
do
what
it.
are we thinking for the citywide garage sale?
You guys decide, it doesn't matter to me.
And then, and we could probably, theoretically, if you want to think about it, and let me know, and I think if I even get with her, at your next meeting, it's only a couple weeks, I think we'd still be okay. They're just wanting to get that locked in, and I think part of it is because they get their drivers and their trucks signed up, but they usually use kids from somewhere to help them on the truck, so it'd be Lakeland football team, one year was basketball team from up here, I think last year they couldn't get anything from Lake. Kids were from one of the nobles or whatever, but that works out
We did May-
really well the way they do
May
that.
2nd and 9th.
Does anyone in this room know Lakeland's prom? No.
It's at Lakeland this year.
2026.
I know last year, a lot of people said that, I had a lot of people ask me why we don't do it in the fall. I don't know, and I'll put my stuff out whenever it is, and I don't really care. But
What's that? Yeah.
because they want to do garage sale in summer when it's warmer. But
Yeah.
you're not gonna please everybody no matter what you do.
I mean,
So pick a day. I think
when
it
we
could
did
be nice if it was consistent every year. It's gonna be the first Saturday of May.
That's what I'm
Or the
thinking.
second
That way
Saturday in
we
May, and we're
kinda
gonna
know
have
what
garage
we're
sale the
planning.
first Saturday in May. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. It would be nice if we had it the same.
That's what I'm saying. If we did May 2nd for the garage sale weekend, and then May 9th for the trash pickup, that'd be a week later.
That's
we used to do it the last Saturday of April. The old way
That'd be
we
your
brought in the
last 5
dumpsters.
minutes.
But anything goes yet in
Okay.
April, weather-wise.
Yeah, it could be, but yeah, and part of it when we were doing it. The old way was, we were trying to get it so that it wasn't 80 degrees standing out there for 10 or 12 hours in trash, so, but, yeah, so whatever. You want it the second weekend in May, I can tell her that, I'm sure she'll make it.
What do you guys think about that?
I don't.
That's
Sounds like a
fine.
winner to me.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I just want,
What's the 9th? Is there some kind of
No, if we did,
anything coming on? I mean,
Oh.
anything? My phone does the same thing. It used to. When I updated, why they took all the important information out about holidays and Flag Day and all stuff like that out of there, so. So I don't know of anything on the 9th.
we come back to it. I do wanna, I'm not.
Well, let's hold it until the next meeting.
There's Mother's Day weekend and the Lakeland prom will be the two things I know Mother's Day weekend, obviously, but
Well, what day is that? 17th,
Sunday.
the 10th.
the 10th? Yeah, because this thing doesn't say anything about election.
I mean, we have 5 Saturdays in May.
I'm just thinking it wouldn't be good to have the garage sales on the 9th since it's Mother's Day on the 10th. But if we did it the first weekend,
Honestly,
Yeah,
we don't
that
have a
leaves us
great
16.
participation in townwide garage sales.
Right.
We never have.
The 23rd is Memorial Weekend, so you wouldn't want to do anything yet.
Yeah, the 30th.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, I think like junk pickup though.
No, not for the junk pickup, but that's a really good garage sale.
People just won't-
What if we shut off to the 30th for cleanup and then they can have their garage sale, whatever date we set it, but then that way it's after, if you don't have a garage sale, you can spend 3 days cleaning your house. I'm just throwing out another option. Let's come back to it.
Anything on the 30th of May.
What?
A lot of them in town.
All right, let's hold this until our next meeting
Okay,
and, everybody give it a thought. Because it doesn't make any difference to me, the ones of you that plan that kind of stuff. I don't do garage sale stuff.
never mind. Other than that, I just want to remind everybody that, we will be opening bids at the next meeting for the community crossing. And as you all will remember, that has a really tight, strict timeline. So it is critically important that we have a quorum here for that meeting so that we can open bids, DLZ can review them, and we can open the bids yet that night.
What was the date on that?
The second,
Second,
it's the next meeting.
Yeah, I'm here for that one.
okay, so you're. going
Mine's
to
the one
next
after. Yeah,
that.
I'm gone the
7th
16th
to 16th.
and 17th. I mean, I know that it,
Our meeting is on Monday. We're not closed on President's Day.
May 2nd is Lakeland prom.
So are you going to that?
As a mother who would be doing my daughter's hair and getting everything ready and taking pictures, I probably would not want to be hosting a garage sale. I know.
No, we're talking about being here for the opening of bids.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So it should be good.
mhm.
I was just trying to make sure you knew we are meeting on the 16th, not the 17th.
Oh, I thought, I put that in,
I know.
okay,
We do not get that day off, so we will be on.
okay. Well, you guys have fun. Either of those days, whichever day you want to have
I
it.
have a poor attitude, I tell you.
I just cannot do either of those 2 days.
That'll be fine. We can get by with that. As long as nobody else,
Well, yeah, let's see, I guess
as long as nobody else.
Show up sick or not.
Well, if you're not, we need to know so that we can cancel. Move it to a different day. Or cancel it till the following month, actually. So 16. Okay,
Like I said, I think the rest explain themselves unless you've got questions on any of them.
okay, did anybody have any questions about anything else that Mark had here for his report? We covered an awful lot of it. I do want to be, advised when you get that new truck in, so I can take a look at that and see what it is.
And I think John would agree there.
I'd like to be there too.
It's impressive.
I've
the
seen them in
difference
other
between
places.
I mean, in short, their dual steer, or whatever. The caveat in some of that is when we looked at it, we could get pull behinds like we've got. Nobody makes the pull behind with any kind of a jump. You can get the pull behind with a remote to operate it, but they do not come with like a camera. So you're one of two things. Either you're gonna have two guys still and a guy hanging his head out of it, or what they're saying for the most part you have to do is, it just means that a guy walks along beside the pole behind with the remote, and you're no longer manually swinging the
Right.
hose back and forth. But they also told us that adding that little remote adds about 40 grand a unit, and John and I are both pretty much of the opinion, if that's the route we had to go moving forward, it just, that doesn't make sense, because you might as well just swing the hose.
Yeah,
Save the 40 grand and or potential for pieces and parts to go out of that.
well,
But the trucks are slow.
if we can get the grant that you had in, that
Yeah,
you
'cause-
listed there, if we
and I
can get
told
that
him,
grant,
and-
that'll help a lot.
I think if we get closer, I will reach out, to Mike Peter. I looked that up based off talking to the rep. And I found it, and it does exist, but the filing deadline for award money in 26 is passed. I think you had to have your application to them by, I think it was the end of August of last year. Now Auburn did do that and is planning to buy one of these trucks and did get awarded the grant. And that's my question will be to Mike more than anything. When I went in and looked, I'm assuming this is a grant that every year becomes available again, but at this point, I can't find anything that really tells me that, and it wasn't like a one-off, 1 year, type situation. I'm assuming this is something ongoing, so then it would just be a matter of if we find something and decide to move forward so that we stage it right to be able to try to get some money towards it.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
I'm assuming everybody's seen that our tax rate, um, I think we probably should talk about your last paragraph that you've got there.
Oh, about the, you wanna talk about it? Yeah, I think, and this is just me thinking, we are seeing more and more of these larger developments that want to tie in to our utilities, but they're not in town. And the little stuff, the lot that somebody wants to build on, they come with a site plan. Those are relatively simple, usually between the three of us with Mark and Sue, we can look at something like that and it's pretty simple. And even some of the smaller industry isn't real bad, but we're running into these things, and I know it's coming because it continues to move, the housing development outside of town that's going to be 100 and some lots. I know it's beyond me, and I think it's beyond ours. I mean, they're going to need to design something, and we're going to need to know that, where should they tie in? Are our transmission lines capable of doing that, in some of those things? And in the same token, there's another group of individuals that have an option, and they're looking at buying or have bought 40 acres on the county side of 200 North, beyond where Bob Heller used to be, and they're talking about industry there on some, and maybe some Amish homes, and that one's going to be, I'm not sure how that's going to land. I mean, their preference would be no. I am relatively certain that on that one, Alfredo will force them. They're going to be within. It's a commercial. Part of it's going to be commercial or a PUD that they're going to set up there. County's going to tell them that you absolutely have to hook to at least sewer. They may give them options on water, but they're going to be within 1,000 feet. So it's 1,000 feet from the property line. So depending on how they split this thing up or what they do, I mean, I know part of their concept is to try to put the housing clear to the back and somehow I don't know. But again, those are the issues, and what, and again, I'd want to talk with DLZ, but in a general sense, you're probably looking at something that's going to be at least 2 hours of their time, and may very well if we get involved with, and a lot of these will, if they're bigger developments, then they become water main extensions and sewer main extensions, which we will need them involved, and we may as well need Bill or Reagan involved in some of this stuff. And you're just gonna incur costs, and it just doesn't make sense to me to have the town or the people that live in town incur those costs. I think those costs should defer to the developers.
And
then-
that's the
then-
next.
Then the
yeah.
14.9 makes sense, you know,
Yeah.
they install and cover the cost of the infrastructure, and they cover the, you know, the cost of that being reviewed. And I just think there should be something developed where, those detailed site plans come to us and have to be reviewed before,
Well, that makes good sense because we have the State Road 9 corridor down through there on both sides of the road that are our water line.
Yeah.
And so if they develop anything, they'll have to tie to that. So,
Well, you know, you can't force water. That's the problem. See, county can't force a water connection. They cannot, they can mandate sewer, but they cannot mandate water. So,
tie
Um,
to that.
that being said, the advantage that I think to that is if you build industry up there and that industry is going to have any type of employees, and Mark can tell you on this as well. If you've got as little as bathrooms and the break rooms, if you don't have, if you're tied to us for water, you're good. If not, then they're going to have someone who's capable of pulling samples and doing testing, and then they have to prove to the state on a pretty regular basis that water is safe. So,
Okay.
you know, whether they will or won't, I don't know. But again, one of them up here would potentially be, more of a storage type thing where they'll be storing like doors and door frames and stuff and then shipping out, not really a lot of assembly from what I understand. But, you know, it would be a pretty large warehouse, which probably means that there's a strong possibility that they need some type of fire suppression and some of those things. And I think that's where it gets a little more complicated because we need to know that we can provide it, and on the same token, they're going to want flows and volumes at times for some of that.
Did we put a 10-inch or a 12-inch up through there?
Yeah, so, I mean, I think all of it, like I said, in both directions, with the exception of the housing up there in the sewer, I think we're okay. That one has Sue and I both kind of scratching where the tie-in point is, but from a capacity point, I think we can process the waste that we generate, and from a water standpoint, we have 12-inch mains going each direction, so we should be in really good shape.
But it still makes sense that should all come here before, I mean, to incur
Right.
the price
And-
being on
and I-
them.
And I think that's the piece that'll take
Mhm.
some talking and, you know, with DLV on some of these as to kind of where they think they're gonna come out on that or whatever. And I
We
think,
shouldn't have to pay for that.
no, because I think to some extent, and I'll just throw a hypothetical number, if an initial review of a site plan, let's say for a commercial project is $500, I think you also want to write it that says, if when we go through and review it, there are things that need corrected and we send it back, then there needs to be almost like when we go to re-inspect or whatever, then there needs to be an additional, because if not, what my fear is so many of these, and I don't mean this negatively necessarily, use like surveyors and stuff to do these plans and not necessarily engineers. And what you get into is they throw it together, we send it to our engineers, and what ultimately winds up happening is we almost spoon feed them the redesign of this. And I don't think that's what we necessarily want or need to be doing, trying to get, to the end where we need to be.
So the county doesn't require them to have a engineer sign off on that, PC?
Not necessarily not on a site plan necessarily. They don't.
Really?
No. A large portion of those site plans that are coming through in these developments are being done by surveyors who at best are showing placement of buildings in many cases and trying to create And most of the time in the county, it's, you know, retention ponds or whatever for water, and they don't go much beyond that.
See, I would have thought they had.
You lost your PC, Lori. Something's going on with your
Mine
computer.
over here,
Huh?
just on the TV.
Must be the connection.
It's the TV, it's not.
What do you think?
Okay.
I don't think I even knew.
The TV.
One board member.
Oh, did I feel like I sat still this whole meeting.
You were just holding still, weren't
It
you?
was.
No signal. No signal from the PC.
It's not like it's on the cable's gone back, they're going bad. But
Fire call.
no, and that's the purpose. So I mean, if that's something that you'd like, then we can start, I mean, I can.
Yeah, I think we better start looking into it.
Some numbers, and then we can get with Bill and Reagan on trying to spit together some type of an ordinance that takes care of that.
Anything else? Anybody got anything else? Is Bill on there? Are you speaking for Bill tonight?
Bill's here.
Bill's on there?
Bill's here, but Reagan is going to be speaking because she has rewritten your parts of trees ordinance, we'll call it. So Reagan, why don't you take and review that with them?
This looks fun.
And pass one down. I went ahead and marked it with tabbies just because there's 43 pages and I only touched on 3. So if we want to start, I added an additional nuisance to chapter 2, page D16. So number 17 of your public nuisance is a new nuisance. Kind of highlighting trees, leaves, branches that are mainly the deposited word is our big word. So anything that gets put into the road. If you guys like that one, we can keep it, or if you guys got any.
Where's it at?
suggestions. Number 17. Yep. My first pink tab, B16.
Number 13.
17. She's pointing right at.
Yeah, very frustrating. We're on number 13 there.
Well, then you're gonna love something.
If you want your own copy.
Oh, well.
I have an initial.
Okay.
Forgot her name wasn't here. Yep. I can do that.
It's under chapter abatement and removal of public nuisances.
So if we like that, then we also made an additional change to page D19, section 6, section A. I tried to tabby it in the kind of in the general area, but regarding notices of work to be completed. So it's about a third of the way down. The sentence starts with, if the required abatement constitutes an emergency affecting vehicular traffic or public safety, town personnel may perform the abatement without prior notice, and notice of the work performed shall be provided after completion, with the cost of such abatement assessed to the owner or the responsible party for the property from which the nuisance originated. So we don't have to wait X amount of days, X amount of time to take care of getting those leaves, branches, things that have been deposited into the road. Homeowner, the person responsible for the property or where the nuisance originated, then gets notice after that removal has happened.
So I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So this is like the older set of ordinances that were approved prior to the last one. So you have a different book now that's put in different format. Well, this is the one that I like better.
This This is she pulled this from the current book and the stuff that's online.
Because the book that I have in the ABCDs are two different ordinances that were approved at different times.
Because your book hasn't been updated, you need to go online.
Might be
Don't do that.
These-
Hurt me.
the current book that I had printed, it was, the new last one that was approved by the board is different than how this is laid out.
And that's what and I made mention to Lori, and we talked about this before, that there's in my mind, there's an issue with American legal, because the problem is every year we send them stuff and then they update, and they've updated the online, but they've not, for at least a couple years, sent us replacement pages for their book. So the book doesn't accurately reflect what's current as the online.
And they've been contacted about that, and we're supposed to be getting new pages, but whether that happens or
Right.
not.
I was just saying, this is laid out like the one that I remember that we all worked with really well compared to that other one.
Yeah.
That we all hated. And so, because they put things in the wrong places.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew we wanted to
I just
address
wanted to
that
make
at some
sure that-
point, right?
Okay.
Okay, so section A, we had a chance to read that. If you guys like that, or if you want to make any changes to that, I'm open to hearing that, but that's just what Bill and I came up with, and then we showed it to Mark and Mark liked it. And then on page 24, section 17 is where we talk about our fines. So the first offense for this nuisance is $250, and then any subsequent offenses within 24 months of the first offense will then jump up to $500. So if you guys like that or have any adjustments to that, I'm open to hearing them, but that is what I came up with.
We kind of wanted everybody to kind of maybe take these home and think about them. I want to make sure, Reagan, that we got in there, the burning. We want to make sure that's in the nuisances also.
Yeah, there's.
Because Rich brought that up after we got started working, and when he started talking tonight, it flashed, wait a minute, Rich wants burning in there too.
Mhm.
So we'll make sure that hits it, but we want to follow along, maybe keeping it more or less like we've got these going. And if the board likes the idea of a lower fine for a first offense, if someone just screws up, okay, they get $100 fine if they block the road. But if someone blocks the road again within 24 months, well, that's not, you deserve to get whacked for that.
The only thing I'd say, Bill, is the 250, if we step back from this and look at where you have the pieces of equipment that they would be using, is to bill out on an hourly rate, the 250 might get you where you, but it would be, but barely. I mean, if we were to bill them like we bill anybody else for the use, that we bill for the use of equipment, probably the 500. Yeah, the 500 probably doesn't get there, because you're billing, I don't remember what it is. I mean, the loader itself is, I don't remember exactly what it is, but I know it's
$150.
We know what you mean, though.
150 or so.
Yeah.
With one man for an hour, and then you start the big trucks bill that you'd be loading into, start billing at that.
And I
rate.
think rather than a set fee, would be the use of services or whatever. It's our normal billing fee for use of
Exactly.
equipment to do it. Yeah.
If we do it time and equipment, then, and they have a second offense within 24 months, and 24 months is not a magic period of time. You folks can say 36 months, you can say 60 months. We threw 24 out there because it was the first number that came to our heads. And that was one of the things we wanted you guys to say, well, how long should a memory be on an ant? Should an ant remember for 24 months, or should an ant remember for 60 months? We need your input on the number of months. We can easily make it time and material. And then for second or subsequent offenses, it's time and material times 2.
Mm-hmm.
I like the number.
Just for me, I would think that any subsequent no matter how many months away it is,
Okay.
because
Because somebody's gonna go, well, I got-
Next
I got
week.
2 months.
Yeah, I got 2 years to do it again. You know, and I
Second
think that
offense
just
times
second
2.
offense, no matter when it is
Okay.
times 2, third offense times 3.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
I like
Well-
numbers where they're at.
I don't, you know, if they understand,
Well, it's gonna be slightly different. I
They
doubt
would
they do the
do
same
it.
exact thing, you know?
But it'll remind them not to do it again unless they want to pay the price.
Yeah, I mean, they're paying $250 again. If it's on the 25th month, they're going to pay they're still paying some money.
Yeah.
Well, we can easily get rid of the month limitation. I just want to have in our minds as we're drafting this,
right,
your folks' thoughts on how long. And I really like what Ray said, a second offense.
I mean,
I like it.
you're not wanting to penalize people, I get that, but they're penalizing the town.
Oh, yeah.
What they do, so they're causing you more of an issue than you're gonna cause them if you don't make some kind of.
I mean,
Wait the second time, like, no, we're not gonna put up with this.
I'm also having a little trouble with ordinary passage of traffic. Because
Mhm.
you could block off one lane, and if there's nobody coming in the other side, you can pass through that as,
But is that ordinary?
But it's not ordinary.
That's not ordinary.
No.
You know, that-
Two
that
times.
is a legal thing for lawyers to battle about what is an ordinary passage.
Well, if you have to leave your lane of travel, it's not ordinary.
Okay, so then shouldn't that say,
Would they say that? Well, that's true, because we ordinarily go around buggies in this county.
that's right.
Reagan, well, yeah, but you realize, Rich, that there are state police writing tickets now for people passing buggies on yellow lines? How long have we all done that?
Do that, yes.
Really?
And they are now pulling people over. I had a client come in last month that got pulled over on Hawpatch, passing a buggy on a yellow line. And I'm
He's
like,
from Southern Indiana and never been around the Amish.
so
New
at
trooper.
this point,
I'll be
Reagan,
darned. That's interesting.
let's define ordinary as any amount of leaves which close or makes passage within the normal lane of traffic. I don't want to use the word impossible. I want to use a little lesser word. So you're the one that's been in school later than me, so I'll let you come up with the word.
On it.
I just want to make sure that this is worded correctly, that Rich and his officers can enforce it.
Absolutely. Me too.
Without having to battle every single ticket they write for people piling this stuff out in the street and blocking traffic.
We'll clean it up a little bit and have it for you next meeting.
Yep.
We'll also get that burning thing in for Rich, because that's something that just flat disappeared out of the code.
And Rich, if there's anything else that you're like, notice that there's not in there, you can keep that copy and you can
Okay.
look over it. And if there's anything else, you can go ahead. I can give you one of my cards before I leave today and you can let me know.
That works.
Super.
Other than that, good deal.
Thank you, guys.
And that's the one that we've been working on. Mark and I have talked about 2 or 3 of the others, and they're all in process. In that list of old stuff that she has under old business.
Yeah.
Any movement on the, closing the exit of the alley behind the post
Took the
office?
words right out of my mouth.
We don't
We-
really
we
have an exit there, not an.
We haven't got it done yet, but Mark and I have talked about it 2 or 3 times. We're working on it.
Okay,
The old list sits right here by my computer screen. I'll get it so the camera will pick it up there. And every time Mark and I talk, we hit the things on it.
I almost saw another buggy get cleaned there.
that
And I just,
happens a lot, like.
I even asked them about it before the meeting.
But they cut
Now-
across.
Yes.
They shouldn't be going that way. They do.
I know.
But
Well, they're violating signage in order to do that. And so
Yeah.
you know, we're trying to put up a wall to keep people from violating the law. So who knows? Maybe they'll find a way to get the horse and buggy over the wall. I don't know.
I doubt
I take a high stepper.
I mean, you know, every time I try to keep people from violating laws, it you know, signage is about all you can do, but we're working on it.
When? We haven't ordered that. They can't leave them up or they have to remove them within 24 hours, I think.
3 days.
3 days.
Oh, we've got people on it. So. You don't ask you to just leave it there.
There's an ordinance.
There's an ordinance. If you call the ordinance person,
Well, I don't like to make a mistake.
he can check into that for you. Can't you, ordinance person?
I can, if you let me know. Just a phone call away.
That's exactly right. Because we do have an ordinance on that. That was brought in many years ago. We had people that left them out there all the time and it
I
was
missed
nice.
what he was talking about. but-
I'm just,
Trash cans
Being
that are
picky.
left out there continually now.
Well,
I just.
we brought that up before. Did it really well. You guys left that hanging, so you never decided on that.
I saw somebody carrying their trash out. to the road.
Oh, yeah, people-
Yeah.
I live in a nice, they leave it on the end of their driveways, it
Yeah.
just lives there.
Yeah.
2 or 3 different people actually.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
that just
And they
died.
fall over.
that could be one that was taken out and it's lost to,
I thought it just died, really did.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
It passed.
Reagan and I will have a report at the next meeting as to whether it's still alive and well. And
Okay,
if it's not alive and well, Reagan will actually have it revitalized for you to look at.
yeah,
Cause that would also help the street department when they're trying to plow,
sure.
Yeah.
instead of having to
Oh,
plow
he's
around
still
them.
on. Thank you for your, I was like, man, thank you, John.
And then
I feel like I have
also,
a reason to be annoyed with it.
and
Well,
also,
and actually on trash day, they're not supposed to set them out in the street anyhow. They're supposed to be on the curb.
something to think about, when someone has a tree cut down,
Sure.
should that be the town's responsibility to pick it up?
No,
Oh, we need to clear that up too.
This is the newest.
Hang on, I think Reagan and them are tied up at the moment.
yeah, but Reagan and I have that in the new language. The
Okay.
parts of trees, that's in there, but I don't even, if they want to leave it on their real estate, they can leave it on their real estate until their neighbors complain.
Well, my opinion is if you cut it, you dispose of it. If it's a storm, it's one thing, but just to cut down the tree and not pay the guy who cut the tree down to haul
Yeah,
it
because
off.
you're gonna let the town do it, right? Reagan, as a part of this, what John and I are talking about are trees that are purposely cut.
Oh, yeah.
We want to spell out in there that trees that are, we'll come up with some language, you and I, trees that are purposely cut are the responsibility of the landowner to remove.
Got it.
So.
We may
just
not
to-
blend that in nuisances, John, but sounds like we're gonna do some work on a couple others, so we'll get that in somewhere.
So then
All
you're,
right.
the flip of the coin then is that if a storm knocks that tree down, you're allowed to put it out at the curb for the street department to get?
No, well,
Well, see, other towns that I know of, if you cut it down yourself or have someone cut it down, it's your responsibility to move. Now, if there's a tornado or whatever comes through town, like we had that bad wind come through Michigan, you
Yeah,
know,
there's my,
That would be an emergency
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but there, that,
Emergency.
see, that, on that street, there is like a tree that has been slowly, bit by bit, being put into, I don't know what, it's going in a trash can or what. But they're still working on getting rid of that tree. You guys know what I'm talking about?
yes, it's been, and they paid to cut that down. They paid the tree company to cut it down, but they did not want them to haul it off.
They didn't, okay. So I wonder
So-
if we should tell
They
them.
pay to have it hauled if they can do it for free.
That's why I want to think they're just bit by bit, and I don't,
Yeah, that's what-
It's been a long time. Can we tell them to put it out? Just take all of it?
That's what they've been doing is they put it out and they expect the street department to come by with the tractor and the trucks and then haul it all off for free.
He
Well,
wants
that's-
to keep it.
No, he doesn't. He would like to-
That's what we're gonna say you can't do. If you take the tree down, you gotta remove it. And I don't think we're gonna give a person the option now that we've had this discussion to keep the tree in their front yard as some sort of piece of beauty unless they turn it into like some sort of a sitting stool or something. We're just gonna say, if you cut the tree down, you gotta get it out of there on your own. And that way, I think that'll take care of it.
Yeah,
I'm sure that nobody would complain if I had a tree in my front yard and I cut it off 6 inches, 6 feet up in the air and turned it into a chainsaw bear, that, you know, everybody would say my choice of art subjects is beautiful. There would probably not be a problem with that. But if I carve off 6-foot chunks and throw them out for John to haul off, we're not in favor of it. We'll get rid of it. We're gonna get rid of that.
Okay.
But trees are expensive. I mean, tree stuff is expensive. Trimming trees, removing trees.
but I am all agreement with the trash can. That becomes a major problem for us. That they just don't move them. That like Carolyn said, they sit out there all year round. They don't.
Out to the curb.
Yeah, it's sad when you see them carry the trash out to the road to put in the trash.
Right, but I've been using.
Pretty sad.
You know, what I have seen, for just as a thought to throw out here, is I've seen cities that actually on the inside of their trash lid have a sign that they have the trash company install, and it says, pursuant to city ordinance, this trash can must be removed and stored properly after trash has been picked up. So that every time you pick up your lid, you see that little sign.
Maybe that's what went away. Maybe that was the stickers that you talked about and no one bid on that at the time. But maybe that's what I'm remembering.
Yeah. something
Right.
like
So, you know, as a part of it, as we look at that problem, that may be something we want to do, because I can guarantee you the first time Rich writes a letter to someone, they're going to say, well, I didn't know that was against the law.
Yeah.
And so the town of Indian Rocks Beach just got tired of hearing that. So they forced the trash can hauler for the city to put a sticker inside every one of their cans. And so when they came around and did the trash one week, they stuck this sticker on the inside of your lid. You pick it up and it told you had to put your can inside after they picked the trash up.
Good idea.
Put on our water bill.
We could in the memo.
Oh, no, we can, there's lots of things. We can post it on our,
The things I found that when we have put stuff on water bills, they don't pay attention to that,
no, they don't read.
Mm-mm.
unfortunately.
I don't.
People don't read their bills nor their information, but. Because we
Well,
put stuff out there that was.
Yeah.
We'll work with Mark over the next 2 weeks, and then maybe we'll get a meeting set up with the trash haulers and see how much they'd charge us to insert a sticker on the inside of every lid.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to make a special trip to do it. Their guys do it as they're picking up trash that day.
They wouldn't do that.
Put the arm out.
The only caveat you've got with that bill is they use automated trucks. So their
Okay.
guy never gets out.
Yeah,
No,
they would never,
And.
So they'd have to send a guy that day. Okay.
they'd have to
Yeah,
send somebody in town.
Uh, they don't necessarily for the recycle cans, but they do for the trash cans. And that's the other thing is if you're gonna do one, you probably want them doing both.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So, and that might be the solution. I mean, it's really easy to get a hold of Amy down there or.
We
just
can do that.
bounce it
We can do
off.
that.
But that would probably be the way to do it, is if they were gonna do it, is they do it on a day.
On trash day.
Pick up for recycle as well, because normally the recycle's done with what I would call a traditional, where, you know, guy has to hop out and dump the can into the back of the truck type situation. So that might be something they'd be willing to slap a couple stickers on.
Okay. We'll work with them.
Yeah.
All right, any more information we need to get to your ring or know anything?
Nope, nothing that you guys already don't know.
Bill, you have anything else?
Nope, that's what we've been working on.
Like a winner, geez. Anybody else have anything for Reagan or for Bill? I hear it's freezing down there in sunny Florida, you poor guy.
I'm not even going to use the word freezing because, you know, yeah, I've been talking to the office all day. I'm not even going to use that word. It was chilly enough that I did not go for a bike ride today at
Oh
lunch.
my buddy clear down on Marco, which is way south of you yet. Text me and he says it's 45 degrees down here. I had to put long pants and jacket on and I go, geez, it's 3 here.
Yeah, I used the word chilly. But the good news is by tomorrow it's supposed to be 70 at lunch, and so I will get my bike ride in. So
Okay, good.
I'll be ready for the race this weekend, wearing my IU shirt like Mark is. I figured the Florida people are going to love that thing.
We'll send get well cards right now. Okay, anything else? Jeremy, do you have anything for the fire department? Yep. Okay. All right.
I have a question. I've been asked something about training. Were you supposed to get something approved?
I sent you an email.
When was that?
While you were gone.
That got buried.
Certainly did. I kind of thought I had a vague memory of such a thing.
Basically, there's a couple people, 3 people going to class, free class, but there's more, some really more, I think. 2 guys and a girl, so we have 2 rooms, I think. My assumption would be that we don't need to get 3 rooms. Only shared rooms in the past.
Is this
The one guy gets his own room.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Am I making these accommodations for someone else?
Chris was already reserved his room. I could probably stay with him, would be my guess. So worst case scenario, we would be up for another room.
When is it?
Looks like is January 30th, Saturday, January 31st. They're asking for rooms not to exceed 120. Night.
Well, if I'm going to be making reservations, then I'm going to need to know pretty soon because it is the 20th.
and where's this at and what's it for?
Is the 3rd annual winter fire school. And Plainwell. Yeah, January 30th, 31st. 2 rooms requested.
And
2 nights.
Plain field or Plainwell?
Plainfield, sorry.
Plainfield, yeah, I was gonna say Plainwell. Oh, big difference. Yeah.
Or the January 5th.
But they're registered for the classes already?
They're registered for class.
So 1 day,
You did.
2 days, the 30th and 31st.
They came on the 29th and out on the morning of the 31st, is that what you're saying?
Not to exceed 120 a day. I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to send 3 firefighters to Plainfield for the winter fire training conference. Room and board, not to exceed $120 a day for 2 days. And not to surpass the where they get to eat, what the heck it's. Per diems. Per diems. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Any open discussion? Tim, you got anything for us, buddy?
You, it's too cold.
Too cold. Seems like you'd be out starting some diesels today.
You don't have any problem.
Okay, I'll entertain an open discussion, entertain a motion to approve claims.
I make a motion to approve the claims.
Second. We got a motion and a second.
Motion second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thanks, everybody. Have a good evening. Be safe out there. Watch out for snow and cold temperatures.
About 2 o'clock. Yeah, I talked to.
Bye, Bill.
Yeah.
Megan, where did you go to law school?